All right, boys and girls of the Innovation Lab, what's up? This is such a great email. I won't call out the person who sent it me, but I appreciate it so much that I felt like all of you deserve to hear the answer. So really, here's the gist of the email. How do you do questions that look like this? Oh, that's going to be really important, so we're going to spend half the video doing that. And then, what's the best way to do a question like this? Should I do it algebraically, or should I do it in my graphing calculator? And I'm going to answer all those questions. Just keep in mind, this is going to be the difference between an A and a B on the test. This first question, you got to be able to do this. And what this is, I hope you recognize this. Do you remember how we've always said that like y and f of x, we can use those things interchangeably? So if you think about, and then also remember that delta x means change in x. So what this thing is right here, this is a slope equation. That's y2 minus y1. Remember, this is a y, and this is a different y. And delta x is change in x, which, how do we find change? It's subtraction. So what you're finding here is going to be called the derivative. And the derivative is it's an equation that gives you the slope of the tangent line at any point. And just trust me when I say it's going to end up being important. So I hope you understand that a tangent line is a line that touches a curve exactly once. So at that point, in the negative spot, like where is that, -4 or so, the slope of that tangent line is negative. If I put the point on the vertex, the slope of the tangent line is 0. And if I put the point over here, then the slope is positive. Well, we're going to come up with an equation called the derivative that gives us the slope of the tangent line at any point. Now, you're going to end up using calculus to do this, but for right now, we're still using the limit process, which is not exactly calculus. This is like, they got so annoyed by doing this that they created calculus. Very soon, you guys are going to be able to do this question in 10 seconds. I mean that. But right now, we're still going through the limit process. So, what does this mean? So it's the limit as delta x approaches 0. And I'd love for you to come over to me sometime and let me explain this part of it to you in greater depth. But I think this is as much as you can handle for one video, so I'm not going to explain this any further graphically, but I'd like to do it in person. All right, so look, I'm literally just going to trust myself. I'm going to go through all the math. So what does f of x plus delta x mean? It means go up to my function. Wherever there was an x, put in an x plus delta x. So 8 times x. Well, I'm going to take out my x and put an x plus delta x squared minus 2 times, I'm going to take out my x and put an x plus delta x. Okay? So that's this. Then I'm going to subtract this. So minus, I'll put this in parentheses. And that's going to be 8x squared. So what is f of x? F of x is this. So I'm just going to put that in and trust myself. I don't even know what I'm doing. I'm just going to not make mistakes. And then we're going to put all of that over delta x. This is why you take Algebra 2 before you take pre-calculus and calculus, because this just turned into an algebra question. Let's just get everything right. So 8 times. All right, x plus delta x squared. Well, that is x squared plus 2x delta x. If you have a hard time getting this, just FOIL it out. Plus delta x squared. All right, so that was that. Minus 2x minus 2 delta x minus 8x squared plus 2x all over delta x. I'm intimidated, but I'm not going to get scared. I'm going to keep moving. Trust myself. So what does that give you? 8x squared plus 16x delta x plus 8 delta x squared minus 2x minus 2 delta x minus 8x squared plus 2x all over delta x. I probably should have started canceling before this, but I didn't want you guys to miss anything. Look, 8x squared, negative 8x squared, bam! Negative 2x, positive 2x, bam! So what do we get on the top? Why does it keep doing this? We get, well, everything that's left has a delta x, which was the whole point. Sorry, don't lose track of what we're doing. We are trying to take the limit as delta x approaches 0. Okay, well, we're not allowed to put delta x 0 in for a delta x because it's in the denominator, but check out what's about ready to happen. Everything that's left has a delta x in it, so I'll take out a delta x from the first term. I'll take one out from the second term, and I'll take it out from this term. And now, look what happens. Bam, bam, and I can plug it in. Plug 0 in for delta x. That term becomes 0 because 8 times 0 is 0. And you are left with 16x minus 2. Okay? So, that gives us the slope of the tangent at any point. Alright. Now, this one, you might need to do it by putting it in your calculator, but you may not get it right, and it might take you longer, I think. But how you would do that is you'd go to y equals, do I have my alpha? Oh, yeah. Here we go. Radical x plus 3 over minus 4 down over x minus 13. All right, we want to go to the table. We want to go to the settings. We want to ask it some values. Okay? Table. Now, we want x to be at 13, so let's try 12.999999. 0.125. Oh, I like it. How about 13.000001? Okay, so that's the quickest way to do it. That's how I would do it if I were you. But here's how to do it if you don't have a graphing calculator. Okay? You've got this same scenario that we always have. We cannot put 13 in for our x because it's going to make us divide by 0. So we've got to make this equation look different. And the way you do it is to actually multiply by the conjugate on the top. So I'm going to multiply by radical x plus 3 plus 4 over radical x plus 3 plus 4. Now, on the top, you get, here, just think about this like a FOIL. So first, radical x plus 3 times radical x plus 3 is just x plus 3. Now, inside, you're going to get a minus 4 radical x plus 3, and then you're going to get a plus 4 radical x plus 3. So those are going to cancel. So then you're just left with a minus 16 on the top. On the bottom, strategically, I'm going to write this as x minus 4 times Where did I get x minus? That shouldn't be x minus 4. Where did I get x minus 4? That should be x minus 13 the whole time. It was always that. 13. I have no idea where that came from. I'm making stuff up again. That should be a 13. Remember, that's where that came from. Alright, so did I do the top right? Yeah. So, times radical x plus 3 plus 4. Alright. Sorry. So now let's clean up the top. Minus 3, minus 16. I'm going to get the limit as x approaches 13 of x minus 13 on top times x minus 13. Oh, that's nice. Times radical x plus 3 plus 4 on the bottom. Those cancel, leaving us with 1 on the top. So this is 1 over radical x plus 3 plus 4. We want the limit as x approaches 13. We can do that now. So that's 1 over 4 plus 4. Radical 16 is 4. 1/8. What's 1/8? It is 0.125. So I hope that answers your great question. I'll post this on Schoology. Have a great day. Boom!